The presenter is Gayevska Olena, так? The floor is yours. Please start your presentation.
Thank you. And we are the next. Please let me know whether you hear me or not.
We hear you very well, but we do not see your presentation on the screen.
Okay, I will try to share now.
Yeah, it is.
Is it coming? Okay. So we will talk today about implementation of educational project using artificial intelligence and virtual and augmented reality in the process of teaching the Japanese language for future translators. And let me present on behalf of Education and Scientific Institute of Kyiv Tarasa Shevchenka National University. I am working together with my colleagues. They are Japanese native speakers, Egawa sensei, Maejima sensei, and also they maybe will join us later. But today, our graduate student, Dmitro Shwidkий, is here, and I think he will demonstrate his project himself. But let's start with the theoretical things. And teaching, what I'm doing every day is a very important component of global education system, and our institute is Educational and Scientific Institute. And that means that research activities of our students are valuable. And today we do education projects using artificial intelligence, virtual and augmented reality. And we form future translator that opens for them new possibilities for learning the language and for development research skills of our students. But we know that Japanese language is one of the most difficult languages in the world to learn. And it has a unique alphabet and a complex system, which I can easily read now. The same Dmitro can easily read, but I'm not sure you can read it. Our colleagues, Egawa sensei and Maejima sensei, helps a lot to develop this new system connected to augmented reality, connected to IST. We try to gather data now so that we can present more publication in future. But generally speaking, education project in universities with the use of artificial intelligence and virtual and augmented reality has an aim of studying Japanese language in institution of higher education and an important role in formation of future translation specialists and for the improvement of their skills, in particular in research activity. And before demonstrating my basic frame, let me pay your attention to our education and professional program. You can see now our structure and logic schema of the project of our program. And what is in gray, it is studies in which we use project with information and communication technologies. So you can see a lot of studies where technologies has been used. Also, when I'm working, I'm trying to talk with students a lot. Also, I do surveys. Students ask to my questions a lot, and they choose. I can ensure you that they really anticipate to become professionals, those who are also acknowledged well with information and with information technologies, also including artificial intelligence. So they say in surveys. The basic frame which I'm presenting here is what we do with our education project with the usage of artificial intelligence and virtual and augmented reality. First is the development of language skills, because learning Japanese language through educational project allows students to develop all aspects of the language. Writing, listening, reading, you know that well, all this stuff, but also the promotion of ICC. ICC is cultural understanding. intercultural competencies. The learning of language also includes the study of the culture, history, and society. This is number 2. Number 3 is preparation for the professional career. The advantage in a labor market, especially for those who dream of working in international companies with tourism, as a translators, interpreters, for them to know technologies is very important. Number 4 is expansion of international opportunities, because students now study a lot abroad with the mobilities, and our technologies and projects allow students to cooperate with Japanese universities a lot. Here I will talk about education mobility a bit later. And the last one is enrichment of cultural experience. So this project allows students to have communication, real communication with native speakers. We start with native speakers in our university. I told already about them, but also they can make virtual trips to Japan using virtual materials, and they like it. They love it, actually. And also, addition to this basic frame, this year GPT chat happened. You know, the situation where we faced generative pre-trained transformer, and now we're thinking how to integrate it, and also is opened AI trained a large amount of text data. It allows us to create new text based on given context. But for us, the important advantage of this chart is it can be understood by context surrounding of the word and phrase, and also it allows us to correct translation errors that are usually due to incorrect context. So we are using it, and we try to find ways to use it. I can talk a lot about machine learning algorithm, and also see what is weak points and what is strengths of this technology. You know, I think a lot about this. So the correspondence between different languages, I will talk and focus on it. We should take into account modern realities. That is the most important. The list should include the currently popular charts, and this tool is based on deep learning technology, which provides the ability of the model to learn information from a large amount of data and perform language translation tasks. I know that our conferences usually include a theoretical basis, so very quickly I will just focus on the interdisciplinary dimension of our project, because we also always say about theoretical basis of ICC, about professional learning of foreign language, about personality-oriented education, about approaches based on formation of communicative competencies, about theory of communicative competencies, and about linguistic personality and intercultural communication. That is about our institute. We are interdisciplinary institute. And the aim is to obtain scientific results, because a scientific result is a new knowledge for our students in a process of fundamental applied scientific research using immersive technologies. Just a few words to say that organization of this education project has been already published a few years ago, and also we did a few projects based on different areas. Some students made their own self-created scenarios, and I can show you a few of them so that you can see the significant role of immersive technologies in foreign language learning in our institute. Some of them are really have a big potential in the future, and also together with this project, we do surveys, and in these surveys very often a student choose augmented reality. Sometimes we are in use, also it's the Ukrainian language, and it was in this year, and it showed in use that our institute is developing new technologies based on Japanese classes, this one is augmented reality. You see Japanese theoretical concept classification based on augmented reality. So students made this type of augmented themes quickly, and they share it with each other. This is a lexicology class. They share with each other different opinions using technologies. So what I want to underline, for me, the most important thing that students of our university, they are free, they are motivated, and they really choose new technologies. And now we face this mitigating stress of transitional period because we are facing war every day. And the important thing is that when you face Japanese language, you immediately understand that the great difference between Ukraine and Japan. And we expect problems in developing these intercultural competencies and other competencies because the relation, the social needs, the communication, the effectiveness, and the general adaptation of two cultures, they are too difficult. So the difference is huge. And to make this difference more acceptable for us, we say that the high uncertainty avoidance culture's perspective and the relations to be more personal for their members, the low uncertainty cultures. So when we ask our students to choose, to make their free choice and to do their project, it becomes very important for them. And here is competency based on academic mobility programs. We have a lot of mobility programs now, and to make smooth transferring to foreign country, to Japan, to be prepared to do this transfer, our students, they have to be ready, and they have to use technologies. Also, I can show a lot of what I am thinking is important to understand as a system of university from East side. But the most important thing today is that we are trying to make our students stability, so they can be full of resilience, full of strength, to be to stay strong while it is not easy today. Yeah, and the search for approaches that could contribute to the effective involvement of technologies in effective development of education problems contribute into scientific formation of our students. And now I will present Dmitro's project. He can do it by himself, I think, so I will finish here. There is a good example of what we are doing. I hope Dmitro can join us now.
Yeah, thank you so much. Wait a second. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, we see, yes, we have the presentation on the screen. You can start.
Yeah, so to begin with, I can say that while studying at Tarasa Shevchenka National University of Kyiv, majoring in Japanese language and literature, we had the discipline ICT in scientific research, where I first get acquainted with the prospects of AR/VR technologies in education system. And that's why I decided to take my thesis topic of information and communication technologies in the professional activity of Japanese translator. In this work, I researched a number of ICT tools for translators, such as machine translation, electronic glossaries, AR/VR technologies, and others. These tools also include such promising AI-based services as ChatGPT and DeepL. The specific of their use, their impact on translation quality and productivity difficulties in using these technologies also, and possible ways to avoid inaccuracies in translation with their help were explored. So the prospects, challenges, and potential opportunities of applying AR/VR technologies in translation work were also considered. The advantages include the following aspects. expanding the language context, which give translator the opportunity to interact with virtual environment that simulate real life translation scenario. Next, the possibility of preparing for translation events. Translators can create environments for themselves to prepare for translation activities in advance of the relevant events, such as speeches and reports. And the last one, interactive terminology assistance, which is the ability of translator to access online glossaries and terminology databases in real time. So based on this study and survey among the third and fourth grade, fourth year student and graduates of Japanese language studies, which showed high interest of future translators in new VR/AR applications to improve the translation process and language learning, a decision was made to develop such application, analyze the market, and assess the prospects and possible challenges. So the main goal of this project was to create an ICT tool on the Android platform to create a unique environment for learning words or kanji in Japanese to provide the user with interactive experience that combines virtual reality and artificial intelligence with the learning process. So we choose Unity game engine as the basis, as it's specifically suited for development for mobile platforms, provides a wide range of features such as graphical rendering, physical modeling, animation system, particle system, and has support of AR/VR technologies. And it's worth mentioning that many such applications were created on Unity. To write the logic, the game engine uses C# program language, and the writer was chosen as IDE as the most convenient and efficient code editor. Yeah, so here you can see even the part of maybe the concept of this project. So you can see this environment. And next, I'll tell you how it works. Yes, so you can see the text and the difficult words are underlined, and here you can explore them. Yes, so the next slide. The principle of operation of VR component of the application is the smartphone screen divided into two equal parts, and using the built-in gyroscope, Unity calculates the position of the head in the X, Y, and Z axis to move the game camera accordingly in artificial game environment. To interact with game objects and buttons, the built-in physics recast function was used, which created an invisible ray from a center of a camera that interacts with game objects it encounters. It's worth noting that the application uses Google Cardboard SDK, which makes it possible to use Google Cardboard itself and other virtual reality glasses that use a smartphone as the basis for working with this application, which is fairly budget option. At this stage, this app allows you to work with the text in an immersive environment, highlights difficult words, and if it's necessary, takes the user to a place where they can be examined and studied in more detail. Active development is underway to enable users to interact with virtual native speakers using the voice and artificial intelligence via the ChatGPT API, which may provide significant opportunities for language learning and practice in the future. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for your attention.